Good morning. So I only have a few minutes. I have to get back and get my kids off to school, wake them up and get them ready for school. Yesterday we had the best time. I filmed a little bit on the way yesterday. We went to the spring over here in Hukuk, and I made that clay. Well, I processed the clay. I still have to wait for it to dry a little bit and then add some sand into it. But we had a really good time. And my twin over there, and he brought his bow and arrow and and a target, and he did some practice, and I processed that clay, and some other people came, and then they left, and we made a fire, and we cooked. um, we had dinner there at the Mayan. That was a lot of fun. And and yesterday when I was coming off that mountain yesterday, when I was hiking back from that mountain, I got stung by a hornet here on my arm. It's all swollen. I don't know if you can really see, but it's like swollen and red, and it's hot. It feels hot. So I had a really hard time last night sleeping. And I kept on waking up in the middle of the night and putting ice packs on it and stuff. And it just goes to show how much we are really connected to our bodies. So it's connecting me back to something that I had said earlier, that we really have to find the balance between this world and the higher realms, because we are connected to our bodies. We have to take care of our bodies. Part of our existence is in this physical 3D world. And that just goes to show, when your body, I mean, just something as small as a sting, when your body is out of whack, your body, it it touches everything else, every other aspect. I couldn't sleep last night, and then it it touches. We're connected to our bodies, whether we think we are or not. We are not just our bodies, because I know there's a lot of people walking around thinking that they're just their bodies. That's all they are. Um, but then, with me, I have a tendency to feel like I'm more my spirit than my body, more my soul than my body. And I sometimes forget that I have a body that I have to take care of. But there's a body in this plane that needs to be taken care of. Um, and that goes back to like the ultimate spirituality is finding the balance in between the both, because we are both parts. And what I really wanted to talk about is my family. I've always been really close to my family. We've always been a really tight knit family because we moved around a lot, and we were, and I still feel really close to my family. My family doesn't get it, doesn't get the twin flame journey. My family doesn't get how I am with him. And actually, I'm feeling like this like they're against it almost. And, and for reasons that they don't even really make sense, just kind of like, ugh. I don't even know how to explain it. Reasons because it touches them in ways that they don't appreciate. And really, I was at first like really surprised at my family for being so unaccepting, because usually my family are like totally accepting and totally easygoing and not controlling. And all of a sudden I'm seeing sides of my family and family members that I didn't even know really existed, that I've never experienced before. The wanting something for me that I don't want for me. It's like you see in you hear in other families how them like meddling and things like that. My family's not really meddling. I wouldn't call it meddling, because they don't get all involved in it and tell me kind of what to do, but they do kind of, how do I explain it? In their way of being completely unaccepting. It's like a few months ago, my mother told me, well, this and this person like you. Why don't you go out with them? I said, but yeah, but I don't want to be with them. Yeah, but your sister said that he's a really nice guy. I said, well, okay, well, then let her go out with him. Like, what is that all about? Like, you love who you love and you want to spend time with who you want to spend time with, and you're trying to make me love somebody that I don't want to, that I'm not in love with. Like, is that wanting the best for me, or is that wanting the best for you, or is that wanting what you want for me? It's like, I don't get it. I don't get my family in this. And the truth is that it's come to a point where I don't really care. They don't have to get it. They don't have to understand. I can still be, and it's not in any big kind of defiant, fighty kind of way. It's just kind of like, okay, I'm gonna do what I want anyway, and I completely, I just think that they don't get him. I honestly, that's what I think. I think that they don't get it, and that they are being kind of blind because of how it touches them in their own personal insecurities and their own personal way. And so, or, and they don't have to get it. That's just it. Is that it doesn't bother me not one little bit. It's like already I don't even feel like it has any kind of impact on what I think or what I do, or it doesn't. That my opinion of my twin is so solid, set in stone, that there I feel like that he is the closest person to me, closer than any of my family members, closer to me than than my parents, closer to me than, you know even closer to me than my children. My children are my children, and I love them and unconditional, and they have their own lives, but they're out doing their own lives. It's not a partnership with them. It's not a best, as how does my twin call us, BFFs, best friends forever. And I do feel like with him, he gets me way more than anybody else, and I get him. I completely get him. And it's kind of like there's this sacred, it's like there's no crack in between that anybody can get in. It's like there is nothing that anybody can say to me that will change my opinion, or change my opinion or the way that I look at him. Um, I see him so clearly in everything, in all of his aspects. And he's the strongest person I know. And even in the places that I can see where he has work, um, I still love it. It's like there's no divide there. There's no crack in between. There's no place for anyone to come in and say anything. And this is it's evolving. It's becoming stronger and stronger. I can feel that it's becoming stronger and stronger all the time. There is no wow, look at this. There is no deterrent. That's pretty cool. And I'm going to pick up the rest of the pieces of it because it's a cool piece of glass. I don't know if it was like burnt or something, but it's very cool. Okay, well, I'm going to stop this here because now I'm collecting glass. I need to go and get my children out. So thank you for watching.